Hello everyone. In this example, we are going to look at the shell cooling calculation for AZ31 alloy in the FactSage. Shell cooling calculation is available in the Equilib module of the FactSage. So let's get right into it. First, click on the Equilib module. It will open the Equilib window, plus it will open a message box which will ask you if you want to load the last system. Since we are going to do a fresh calculation, we are going to say no. It will also ask if you want to load the last database. Since we are going the fresh calculation, we are going to say no. Now we have to select the database for our calculation. Since our alloy is AZ31, which is a magnesium alloy, so we are going to select FTLine and click OK here. Now we need to enter the composition of our alloy. If the alloy is in mass percent, so we need to select the unit for the quantity as gram. Since we already has gram, we don't need to reselect it. But if you want to change your units, go to the top toolbar, click on the units, and here you can change different types of units. So press OK after changing the unit. Now let's enter our composition. So the composition is aluminum 3%. To add more components, you have to click on the plus button here. Okay, so next is zinc, that's 1%, so it remains the same. Then finally we have manganese, that is 0.3%, and the remaining is magnesium. So to get the remaining portion, what we do is we type question mark and 100. So question mark 100 will make it the what it will do is it will 100 minus sum of the all the other elements, so that will give you 95.7. and if you have extra column, by clicking some more, you don't have to worry about this being part of the calculation, that will be automatically be removed. So let's just click next now. So as you can see, the empty elements have been removed. In this window, we are going to select all the solution which are going to be the part of the calculation. Since we might not know about the full chemistry of our alloy, so it is advisable to select all the solutions. So to select all the solution, click on the select button here and go to the select all solution, which is the third option from the top, and click on it. So it will select all the stable phases available inside the database. We also have to select all the solids, because the solid consists of all the secondary phases. To get more information about the solid, right click on the pure solid box and it will show you all the solids present inside this particular calculation. Here you can select or deselect some solids, but it is advisable if you just select everything. Now to actually perform the shell cooling calculation, we need to go to the liquid phase, which is at the top here, as you can see, and then right click on this section, which will open a sub menu. Here in this sub menu, go to the bottom and select the L option, which says cooling calculation. After selecting the L option, you will see that it will ask you to select a type of cooling calculation. Since we are going to do shell cooling calculation, so we are going to select shell Gulliver cooling and press OK. After pressing OK, we have extra options here. Here we are going to input our cooling steps. So cooling steps, what it will do, it will perform shell cooling calculation at each cooling step which is specified here. Since we are specifying 25 degrees Celsius, so it will perform shell cooling calculation at each 25 degrees Celsius step. Now we need to enter the starting temperature. So starting temperature preferably should be inside the liquid phase, because we are going to solidify our liquid into the solid. So any gas which is in the liquid phase is better. Since AZ31 alloy is a magnesium alloy, so we are going to start with 1000 degrees Celsius. The atmosphere is 1 atm because we are doing it at around sea level. So let's click calculate. Okay, now here you can see that in shell cooling we cannot have any ordered or disordered phase, which it will also explain which phase is actually the problem. So we'll press OK and go to that particular phase, which is, as you can see, is here. So we will just deselect it and press calculate again. After the calculation, we will have the results in this window. Here we have multiple tabs. The first one is the summary, which gives, as the name suggests, the summary of the complete calculation. In the summary, what you can see is the summary start with the initial composition of your alloy. Here we have aluminium, zinc, manganese and magnesium. Then it will show you step by step what solid came at what order. So the constituent 1, this shows that this solid precipitate out first, and then in the next step these two solids precipitate out together. And similarly you can see that we have total 11 solids precipitating out of the liquid. After that, it will give you the summary of all the reactions which were happening during the precipitation and their delta H information. So it will give you 11 delta H informations, as you can see here. Then it will give you the detailed information about each constituent. So it will give you a detailed information about the 11 constituent, about their mole fraction of the elements, mass fraction about them, and total amount, how much it precipitates out. So, and next is the transitions tab. In the transition tab, you will get the information about the transition temperatures, where the liquid starts to precipitate out different solids. So the first transition happened at 629.71 degrees Celsius, and it will show the composition of the liquid at that transition temperature, and so on and so forth. It will show you all the transition temperatures till all the liquid is solidified. So we have the final transition temperature at 345.45 degrees Celsius, where the final liquid solidified into this many of solids. Then you can see that there are many other tabs which are labeled according to their temperature. So initially, if you remember, we have put 25 degrees Celsius as our cooling step. So these will show the shell cooling calculations at different temperatures separated by the cooling time step. So we started with 1000 degrees Celsius, then we go by 25 degrees Celsius, and then we did the calculation at 975. Then we did the calculation at 950, then at 925, then at 900, and so on and so forth, till we solidified all of the liquid. But as you can see here, the final transition temperature was 345.45 degrees Celsius, but here it is only showing till 500 degrees Celsius. To see the rest of the temperatures, you go to the show pages and you can either select which page you want to see, or you can just click next pages, and it will show you the next set of pages, next set of calculations here. Similarly, let's go to next, and this is the final set of pages where the minimum temperature is 345.5 degrees Celsius, where we solidified all of the liquid. Now we want to represent this set of data into a single graph to know the solute redistribution during solidification. To plot the result, go to the output, click on plot and plot results. So it will compile all the data and then give you a window. Here we will select what we want to plot and which phases we want to plot. So let's just select y-axis as our gram, because we want to know the amount of the phases inside our system during solidification, and the x-axis should be our temperature. So the refresh button, it will refresh the scale of your axis automatically. So you can just, let's just say if you want to only till 50, but you remember that, okay, if you don't know how much actual amount or how much temperature you have, you can refresh it and it will automatically readjust your axis according to the calculation. And let's just press OK. Now we have selected our axis. Now we have to select our species. Let's go select that. The easiest way to select these species which are relevant for our calculation is to go to the select and select all stable phases. So it will automatically select all the phases which were formed during our calculation. And you can see here, there are some phases selected which were actually formed during our calculation. And if you want to know how much phases have been selected, you can look at this place here. It shows 11 species. So 11 species actually formed. So I'll press OK. Now we have selected our axis, selected our species. So we can just hit plot. And now it will show the solute distribution during the solidification of our alloy. Now if you pay attention, we have a very congested area here. So we want to zoom in. So to zoom in a plot, what you can easily do is double click on the y-axis, because we want to zoom this thing, we want to stretch this thing out. So just double click on the y-axis. It will open another window where you can adjust your frame and axis. So since we want to stretch the y-axis, we will change the values here. So let's see, we have maximum of 10 here, so let's just go with 10. Increment is at what point we are going to place our marker. So let's just say increment as 1 and labels at 2, and let's press OK. As you can see, now it's stretched in the y-axis and you can have a zoomed in view of the results. If you want to revert back to the previous scale, you can just simply double click on the axis again and readjust your axis here. Similarly, you can readjust your x-axis, because as we can see, let's first readjust the y-axis and increment it, let's just say 5 and labels at 10. As you can see, our cooling does not start till 639 degrees Celsius, somewhere around that. So this portion is purely liquid and we don't want to see that in our graph. So we can just simply shrink our x-axis. To do that, double click on the x-axis. You will have your window, and let's just change it to 700 and press OK. And you can see now we have adjusted it to x-axis. So that's how you can adjust your graph. And this concludes our example on the shell cooling calculation. Thank you very much.